Hi everybody, Az here from HeelvsBabyface. So it was either yesterday or the day before, I decided to address a lot of comments that I've been receiving recently from people who are saying, Az, where is your classic World of Warcraft content? Why aren't you doing videos on it? Why aren't you streaming it? And so I addressed it by saying, look, I haven't been invited to the beta. I can't think why. I can't think why at all, but I haven't received an invite. So I thought today, right, today's a new day. It's a Sunday, the sun is shining. It's not, it's overcast and it's raining. The birds are singing. They're not, they all got drowned by the rain. And let's build some bridges, hey Blizzard. Let's build some bridges between little old me and little old you. So today's video, I'm going to call out the president of their company for a very misleading interview. And, yeah, okay. So let's just get into this. ALLEN BRACK, my goodness me, this person has got one hell of a reputation in the gaming industry. And when I say that, it ain't good. Now, first and foremost, I never played Star Wars Galaxies. So what I'm going to say next is a perception. It's you know, if you go around and you kind of go onto forums discussing Star Wars Galaxies, his name will crop up as somebody who was potentially responsible for its decline. It's because from what I can gather, and there might be a little bit of misinformation here, but from what I can gather, getting the rank of Jedi in Star Wars Galaxies was apparently really difficult to do. It was a hell of a journey to get to. And therefore there was a limited number of very powerful Jedi in the game. And so the kind of balance of it was pretty decent, from what I can gather. And then ALLEN BRACK comes on board and apparently is responsible for a patch which makes Jedi much easier to obtain. Does this sound familiar with the World of Warcraft, by the way? Much easier to obtain, and so suddenly the balance of Jedi is all over the place, and it causes dramatic downturn in the game. That is the perception, at least, that I get. People who play Star Wars Galaxies do not speak about this guy favourably whatsoever. So what happens? He goes to Blizzard, and this is something that we can say with an absolute. He comes out on stage at Blizzcon, and instead of listening to what his audience want, he tells them what they want. Oh, you think you want Vanilla WoW, but you don't. And then, of course, we're now on the cusp of the release of Classic WoW, and it is easily the biggest thing to happen to the World of Warcraft in a decade. It's got people actually excited about the World of Warcraft again. It's skyrocketed up the charts in Twitch with viewership. People are really interested indeed, at least with the concept. How it goes forward is to be seen, but at least with the concept. And it's got the community a bit more buoyed. It really has. This is a guy that told people, you don't want this, you think you do, but you don't. And it's the thing which is the driving force, eclipsing the terrible Battle for Azeroth. Absolutely terrible Battle for Azeroth. So, with this kind of like massive blotch against his name, what happens to ALLEN BRACK? He gets promoted to president of the company. He's running the show. The guy who said, you think you do, but you don't. The guy responsible for one of the biggest faux pas in World of Warcraft history is running Blizzard Entertainment. You can only fail upwards in these type of companies, folks. And what is the very first thing, or one of the first things that he does when he takes over the role as president? Sacks over 200 people after Activision Blizzard announce a historic year, record-breaking year. One of the most difficult decisions I had to make. He didn't give a shit, people. He didn't lose a minute's sleep. I promise you that. Trust me. I promise you that. So he kind of fits in very nicely, by the looks of it, with the whole Activision Blizzard ideology. about what they want to do as a company. Doesn't come across as a gaming person, very much comes across as a corporate yes man. A nice puppet for them to shove their hand up his arse and do everything that they want him to do. Am I on course for a beta invite yet, Blizz? Which leads us to this interview that he did with IGN. And when I read this interview, which came out a few days ago, May 21st, so it came out about 5 or so days ago, I read through this interview and I was just like, this doesn't add up. This interview is just lies. It really is just lies. So let me go into it and I'll explain why. So they start off with this paragraph. And of course, this will be linked in the description box down below. Go check it out in its entirety, because I will be just picking aspects of what he says. Blizzard Entertainment President J. Allen Brack recently spoke with IGN, saying the studio learned, quote, a huge number of lessons from the less than warmly received Diablo Immortal reveal. In an interview with IGN, we asked Brack about the lessons learned from this adverse fan reaction. He said the company learned a huge number of lessons. I think that one of the things that we failed to do was to really help articulate that we are a PC gaming company and that we are going to continue to be a PC gaming company. Right, this is horseshit. Not that they failed to articulate that. They did that perfectly. They made it perfectly clear. But at BlizzCon 2018, when they came onto the stage, their centerpiece announcement, their major announcement, was for China. It wasn't meant for the PC-orientated people in the crowd. Their hardcore of hardcore audience. People who turn up and buy BlizzCon tickets are pro-Blizz. They want to cheer Blizz. They want to be really happy. They just want to... Everything that they say on stage, they want to cheer. That is their go-to reaction, their Pavlovian response. And even they booed the Diablo Immortal announcement. Because it wasn't for them. It was for China. It was for the mobile marketplace. It was never even intended to be for a PC audience. They knew who their audience was. It was the East. And this is supported by what Alan Adams said in the press conference afterwards. Because after the response by the crowd, after the boos, after the, is this an out of season April Fool's joke? After somebody asked them, is this going to come out on PC, and being dismissed? No, this is mobile only. Alan Adam in the press conference reiterated, we are committed to mobile. We are pulling our best developers from PC titles to mobile. Our best developers are playing mobile and not PC. We will be pursuing this. He was almost threatening the audience of Blizzard. He was almost threatening that this is what we're doing going forward. Why? Because China is a ready-made, microtransaction-ready marketplace. These people are already conditioned to monetization and microtransactions. And here in the West, we are resisting. And we are resisting hard. And there are freaking, literally, 2.1 billion people in China or something ludicrous like that. That is a huge marketplace. And the mobile marketplace is the biggest marketplace in gaming right now by quite a substantial margin. This isn't a matter of not articulating that they are still a PC company. BlizzCon 2018 was an absolute announcement that they are pushing forward with mobile. They announced that every single one of their IPs is likely gonna get mobile-orientated titles. World of Warcraft, there's a Pokemon-esque Go pet battle type game being worked out for that. So this is totally horseshit, this first bit. He then goes on to say, in very patronising terms, because remember, we are just gamers and we is stupid innit. We started our journey in ye olden times. Oh, what a cad. What a japester. What a jester. What a prick. As a console company, and then we migrated to PC. And in the last few years, we've moved Diablo to console, we've moved Overwatch to console, we've moved Diablo 3 to Switch, and those have been good things. I think a lot of people have resonated with that, but fundamentally, our roots are PC, a strong PC game company, and that's not going to change. More horse shittery. Right, Diablo 3 is on PC. And then came out for Switch, came out for console. So, but it is on PC. Overwatch is on PC and console. So the PC audience is not being neglected with these titles one bit. We are fundamentally a PC gaming company. There's been nothing produced since Overwatch. There's been no IP announced for PC, nothing whatsoever. If Blizzard don't announce at the very least, Diablo 4 at BlizzCon, but what I really think needs to be announced at BlizzCon is a brand new PC-based IP. Then what? We haven't had anything for at least 4 years that says that this is a PC company. We've seen the dubbing down of the World of Warcraft. We've seen the push last year at BlizzCon for mobile. This isn't a company that is in any way, shape or form saying that we are committed to PC in the future. This is a company that is very strongly saying we are moving into the mobile marketplace in a big, strong, aggressive manner. And we're taking the developers, we're winding down Heroes of the Storm. We've done nothing with Diablo 3 in 7 years apart from one expansion, but we're going to promise there's more to come. Who's going to care on a 7-year-old game with one expansion if you add a few props here and there? Nobody. World of Warcraft in the absolute doldrums with Battle for Azeroth. Overwatch having multiple problems right now. This is a company that looks like it is in no way, shape or form committed to PC gaming. Going forward, if that's the case, they're not showing this one bit. I think there's a tendency to hear, or we didn't do a good job of articulating, look, Diablo Immortal is a neat thing that we can do, or we think that we can bring some of our franchises to the mobile platform and have them be cool, good, Blizzard quality experiences. I'll just address this part first. We saw some of the footage from Diablo Immortal that they initially showed off, and it looked like a cut and paste NetEase mobile game. Cut and paste, even though they said this is built from the ground up. This is built specifically. And also, what else did we see? We saw compromises with the franchise. Blood, things like that, totally removed. Why? Because the game is being produced for China. Not being produced for anyone else, it's being produced for China first and foremost, and everyone else can get the Chinese experience. So saying we can make them cool, good, Blizzard quality experiences, no you're not, because you've already compromised on the game. You've already compromised on Diablo Immortal so you can get it into your big Chinese marketplace. So stop pissing on us and telling us it's raining. This is just... That doesn't mean we're not going to be continuing to make awesome PC games and awesome console games like we have in the past. So that's probably the biggest lesson, not double underscoring that piece and taking that for granted. Well, if a game's going to come out on console from Blizzard, the chances are it's coming out on PC as well. So that again is slightly misleading. And as I just said earlier in the video, when you haven't done anything for the PC in over 4 years now, actions speak louder than words. I've been saying this in recent times. You can talk to your blue in the face, but only your actions will show where your true motivations lie. And right now, and for a number of years, Blizzard's actions show that they are winding away. They are making an active push away from the PC marketplace, and BlizzCon 2018 was a huge step in the mobile marketplace and reducing commitment to PC gaming. It doesn't make sense. This is, by the way, this is where he tries to belittle you. This is where he tries to create doubt in your mind by having, you know, all the evidence in front of you, and then having him just like totally dismiss it and piss all over it. It doesn't make sense to me. Well, you know, neither did Vanilla WoW, but look where that ended up. Or really anyone at Blizzard. So this is like, oh, if you don't agree with me or you don't agree with us at Blizzard, because we're all one think on this, that we would just say, oh, let's stop working on these PC games. Straw man argument, which I'll get to in a moment. There's no future in them. That's not our view at all. No, nobody's saying you're going to stop PC gaming. No. That's the straw man argument. What we're saying is that you are not prioritizing PC gaming. You are prioritizing mobile gaming. That is the argument. There's always going to have your PC stuff, and I expect there to be future PC stuff. But is it the priority? Is it the fundamentals of Blizzard Entertainment? No, not by what you showed off at BlizzCon 2018, not by what Alan Adams said, not by your presentation on stage with Diablo Immortal. Don't you guys have phones? That was the biggest spit in the face of your PC audience. They were looked down upon. Why aren't you accepting this mobile crap? Why aren't you accepting this money grab shite? So this whole fluff interview with IGN, and this isn't IGN's fault, I just want to stress this isn't IGN's fault, but J. Allen Brack just coming across as disingenuous as he always does, creating straw man arguments and totally twisting and misleading people down a pathway which doesn't exist. So yeah. Have they learned anything? No. This is what I think. The number of lessons that they learned was how can we spin it better? These aren't lessons learned in terms of we failed our audience, I believe. This is where I believe. I think this is we've learned a number of lessons on how to reposition things. How we should say certain things, not to make people feel as if we're doing this or that. In other words, they didn't lie to us in the correct manner, but they're learning and they'll try to lie to us better in the future. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed the vid. Woof, that was a biggie. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.